Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to a new episode of Cut to Movies with Vivek and Viru. Just before we dive in, we'd like to give you a disclaimer that this episode is filled with spoilers. So please, do watch the film first. Unless, of course, you don't have an issue with spoilers, in which case,
Hey, hello and welcome to another episode of Cut to with Vivek and Viru. And today we are back in India and we are doing an extremely interesting film. This is a film of a director I really like. Vivek, tell us about it and the film.
Yes. Today we discuss a film that goes by the name of Churuli, which is a 2021 release. It's a Malayalam film directed by Lijo Jose Pellissery or Lijo Jose Pellissery, who's in the past has made films like Jallicut, Angamali Diaries, R.I.P., City of God, and more. I'm sure you must have heard or watched at least one of them. Currently, this movie is streaming on Sony LIV, the bestest streaming app on this planet. Lijo's latest Churuli, which means labyrinth in English, is a mystery, horror, sci-fi, all of this mixed in one bag. It's about two undercover cops who go into this remote village that goes by the name of Churuli in search of a wanted criminal. What happens next will delight you visually, test your patience at times, but for most of the runtime will make you go, what the fuck? Viru, what do you think?
नहीं absolutely यार मतलब I was expecting something different only इसमें because लीजो वही करता है right because अंगमली डायरीज ले लो या जलीकट ले लो उसमें I mean पहले तो वो जो एटमॉस्फेयर क्रिएट करता है वो जगह जो एस्टैब्लिश करता है उधर के कैरेक्टर्स एस्टैब्लिश करता है and it is not about a single person मतलब उसमें ऐसा होता है कि there are many interesting characters और सब लोग का थोड़ा फ्लेवर आता है तो इसमें भी मतलब I was expecting that and this is exactly what I got but of course this is like a completely different kind of film because it's like a वही तूने बोला ना it what is the genre पता नहीं है इसमें मतलब थ्रिलर है मिस्ट्री है क्या हो रहा है मतलब weird it's like a weird concoction of things but it's like a amazing ride because visually Lijo is great like जो create करता है world and visually उसके जो camera team जो करती है create that just gives you like an amazing experience and exactly वैसा ही इसमें भी he is created. Of course the story is a little more complex and maybe he wants us to feel frustrated through the film because that is what is the final like effect that he wants to have. He wants to be make you feel as if you are like in a labyrinth in a maze caught up. तो मजा आया यार मेरे को तो मजा आया it reminded me of this film Hot Fuzz Cornetto trilogy Edgar Wright देखा है क्या
नहीं देखा
अरे साइमन पेग और निक फ्रॉस्ट का
I don't think so. नहीं देखा है मैंने Hot Fuzz.
Oh my god, then you have to watch it. So it's like another.
Is it exactly the same?
No, it's not exactly the same, but the premise is similar. Where there are a couple of cops who are stationed to. एक तो एकदम ऐसे Simon Pegg is playing like a senior cop who is सब जगह पे he's like a hard ass. तो सब जगह से उसको transfer मिलते रहता है. So he's transferred to this weird small kind of a town and Nick Frost भी एक रहता है उधर एक उसका subordinate and वहाँ पे मतलब it all seems like a very happy town but then everything weird things start to happen and the ending is very similar to the reveal of the end is very similar to what is here. The entire town is like हाँ तो वो हॉट फज का प्रीमाइस टाइप है बट ऑफ कोर्स यहाँ पे एक माइथोलॉजिकल स्टोरी के ऊपर बेस्ड है वेयर देयर इज दिस गाय हु वेंट इनटू द फॉरेस्ट एंड उसको एक जानवर मिला जो उसको घुमाते गया राइट व्हिच दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी स्पोक इन द विक्रम वेदा
एपिसोड
तो आई मीन it reminded me of that but then it ends there. This is a little more weird and the atmosphere is like a jungle and तो वो जो था the world that is created within the deep in the jungle He is very interesting.
Interesting. I'll watch this film. Yeah, I'll watch this. I've not even heard about this film. So
नहीं तो I don't know how you have missed Edgar Wright का Cornetto trilogy if you have not seen Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The
Shaun.
World's End.
Oh, it's no. So Shaun of the Dead I've watched. What is the other film that you mentioned?
Hot Fuzz is the second. So
No,
he made like three
yeah, I've not
films
seen Hot Fuzz.
with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, the same
Okay.
kind of team के साथ. तो उसने वो 3 films बनाया. It's called the Cornetto trilogy.
Okay.
And एक में Shaun of the Dead like was the first one, then Hot Fuzz, which is like इसका ये, and then The World's End, which was very 2013 में निकली थी वो, which is also fun. It's
Yeah,
also
so I've not seen
Alien
World's End
and
also.
the world ending and all of that shit.
हाँ.
हाँ, तो वो तो तेरे को देखना ही चाहिए because Edgar Wright के films तो are like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm just seeing his filmography. I've kind of after Shaun of the Dead, that is 2004.
Baby Driver.
I have
Baby Driver
I have seen Scott Pilgrim. I have re-explored him with Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, awesome.
And
Have you
then
seen
of course Baby Driver. No, that's what.
Paul?
So World's End and Paul and Hot Fuzz. These three I haven't kind of I've kind of missed that period between 2011 2013 and of course 2007 Hot Fuzz I have not seen. So 2004 Shaun of the Dead के बाद I've straight away jumped to Scott Pilgrim 2010 when I've seen that, and Baby Driver of course, and Johnny
All of
English
these
also
are
he's
good.
made Mr. Bean's
नहीं,
Holiday also
his
that
latest film is also supposed to be really good. I don't remember the name, but वो and क्या बोलते हैं, वो picture भी देखने लायक है. I'm hoping when it releases either on movie or on other channels or it is released in the cinema. It's called Last Night in Soho.
Soho, yeah, I'm just reading about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Churuli. So what were your like thoughts?
Oh, I had so many thoughts. I think first, I think after I watched the film, I felt that it should come with a disclaimer of being completely self-indulgent.
Yes.
And it's very smart taking that whole concept of labyrinth, and like you rightly said, it's like a labyrinth. So the screenplay also keeps moving in circles. Some of the shots actually made me feel a little dizzy. अगर मैं ये पिक्चर थिएटर में देखता, I would have definitely fallen off to sleep. Like I know for a fact. Vomited maybe 3D में, अगर 3D में देखता तो हाँ उल्टी जैसा लगता मेरे को, but थिएटर में तो मैं सो ही जाता for sure. तो वो तो मेरे फर्स्ट ऐसे थॉट्स थे, या मतलब विजुअली ब्यूटीफुल, ऑल ऑफ दैट वाज देयर, बट स्टोरी में मतलब कुछ ऐसा कैप्चर नहीं हुआ. बट after I watched the film, Srijit had in the previous Vikram Veda episode had suggested a couple of films. I went back and realized that most of them were Lijo's films, right? And I went on a Lijo binge spree. I watched Nagan. I watched City of God, which was almost like Amorous Perros. I loved it. I watched Amen, which was like a very different romantic film. Like very different narrative, very nice. Jallikat and Angamali, to we've discussed. Like we really loved that. And Viru, I watched R.I.P., which again Srijit had record. And man, that film, which is like a dramedy on death, and one of the best I've ever seen. And, and then after that, I realized that. So most of them are available on like Amazon or Hotstar or Sony LIV. मतलब अलग-अलग जगहों पे available है. But what I realized was that I really love, like you were saying now, how you really like Lijo. Until that point of time, I matlab didn't think but he's definitely one of the directors to watch out for. Like all his films are so different. मतलब एक film अगर देखोगे और दूसरा film देखोगे, you cannot guess that it is from the same director. And that's what I really loved about him.
Right? I mean, ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई एक बहुत ही famous star को उठा के कर लिया, right?
Correct.
He'll pick people who suit that character really well, and you can imagine them being in that place.
Yeah. So I really loved it. Matlab, so then I came to a conclusion that I like Lijo more than Churuli. So so it's like, yeah, matlab, it's okay if after making such diverse films, if you make Churuli, it's okay. It's not a bad film. It's not a. It's like it reminded me of वो अनुराग कश्यप ने No Smoking बनाई थी.
हाँ
Doesn't
हाँ हाँ
make him a बैड डायरेक्टर. मतलब उसने अपने सिस्टम से निकाल दी वो
वो
पिक्चर,
भी
उसको
लाइक
बनानी.
वो इंडल्जेंट फिल्म वैसा ही
एकदम
टाइप का है हाँ
एकदम या so yeah, that was my thing, that yeah, I'm a fan of Lijo. Now I'm going to watch all his films. Like the next film I read he is making with Mammootty. So
अच्छा
देखते हैं क्या बनाता
हाँ
है
वो
अभी.
मामूटी के साथ सो नाउ ही इज टेकन द बिग बिग गाय
So
मामूटी के साथ बनता है
इसमें RIP में he what is that guy we spoke of, Fahad Fazil,
हाँ
is in RIP. So
अच्छा ही इज
he
ओके
has worked, yeah, he has worked with like big stars, so to say. But Mammootty is of course like super duper legend,
राइट
whatever it's called.
इनफैक्ट ये पिक्चर में वो विनय फोर्ट है ना ही वाज आल्सो इन मलिक तो
हाँ correct, correct.
आफ्टर
I
वॉचिंग
was
दिस
thinking मैंने उसको
हाँ
कहाँ देखा है. या करेक्ट, मलिक.
करेक्ट तो इसको
Yeah, we
देखने के
watched.
बाद मैं सोचा कि यार आई विल रीच आउट टू विनय फोर्ट एंड सी इफ ही कैन लाइक कम बिकॉज वी हैव वॉच्ड 2 फिल्म्स ऑफ हिज अभी तक तो रिस्पांस
हाँ
नहीं आया लेट्स सी इफ ही रिस्पॉन्ड्स दैट विल बी ग्रेट टू जस्ट टॉक टू हिम एंड गेट टू नो व्हाट वाज द प्रोसेस ऑफ मेकिंग दीस फिल्म्स यार बहुत मजा आएगा
Yeah, we'll send this
बिकॉज
episode to
मलयालम
him.
इंडस्ट्री में इतना इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज इतना इंटरेस्टिंग ये बन रहा है कंटेंट बन रहा है फिल्म
Yeah,
बन रही
yeah.
it will be nice to go behind it and figure out the process.
I wanted to know your opinion as well. Like in the South films that we've watched or we know of, you think
Hmm.
Malayalam cinema is like way ahead of Telugu and Tamil?
No, so I mean, I think they Malayalam also explores a lot of very interesting stories, and I think Tamil and Telugu are little more commercial in that way. So even
Softer.
though they are making good commercial stuff, मतलब I won't want to compare, but वो लोग उन लोग का commercial stuff is like really good. In fact, they also have some Tamil cinema also has some amazing films which is बीच बीच
Yeah,
में
yeah.
आते बट
Yeah, of course.
मलयालम का अलग ही एक वो है आई मीन दे
Yeah.
वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज एक्सेलेंट क्राफ्ट मतलब क्राफ्ट ऑफ द फिल्म
Yeah.
मेकिंग
Yeah.
एक्टिंग इज ऑलवेज सुपर्ब तो मतलब
Yeah.
तो वो बहुत फिल्म मेकिंग पे बहुत ध्यान देते हैं वो लोग ऐसा कमर्शियल इतना नहीं है बट देन वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज दैट कम आउट
Yeah. No. Really, like I was thinking that this guy deserves to, and of course, आपने जैसे बोला था वो कौन सी थी जलीकट्टा या अंगमली, which was sent to the Oscars ना as
Yes.
India की entry.
जलीकट आई थिंक
जलीकट हाँ. तो when I was kind of seeing this director also, मतलब एक तो यार अगर मैं ये डायरेक्टर को देखूं तो ऐसा लगता नहीं है कि इसने ये सब पिक्चरें बनाई है. I mean I may be very judgy, but ऐसा लगता ही नहीं. And he deserves, like I actually thought that this guy deserves, everyone should know that this is Lijo who's made such different films. मतलब मैं उस लेवल का फैन बन गया हूँ इस बंदे का.
नहीं एब्सोल्युटली एंड अगर जस्ट कमिंग टू दैट फिल्म नहीं वो उसमें मतलब मेरे को मतलब इंटरेस्टिंग वे में कैसे दिखाया है कि लाइक वो ब्रिज वाला सीन मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा.
ओह माय फेवरेट सीन ऑफ द फिल्म वीरू.
है ना वो ब्रिज वाला सीन लाइक आई मीन द ट्रांजिशन
या
कि वो स्विच कैसे वो बन गया एंड वो जो आई मीन ही स्पेंट सो मच टाइम टू जस्ट शो हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज टू गो टू दैट साइड ऑन दैट जीप राइट. स्टार्टिंग में सब मजे में उसके साथ वाले जो गांव वाले हैं उनसे बात कर रहे हैं विद दीस टू अंडरकवर पुलिसमैन एंड फिर बाद में जैसे दे गो पास्ट दैट ब्रिज लाइक कंप्लीटली सब का स्विच लाइक ऑफ ये हो जाता है एंड दे फ्रॉम जीनियल एंड हैप्पी एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट दे टर्न इनटू लाइक वैकोज एंड दारू पियो गाली दो मारो पीटो भगाओ सबको ऐसा सब में चले जाता है एंड लाइक व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. मेरे को वो वाला बहुत अच्छा लगा सीन.
करेक्ट. मेरा भी इट्स माय फेवरेट सीन ऑफ द फिल्म. एंड आई थिंक उसके बाद एक तरीके का वो माइंड शिफ्ट करने के लिए भी एक हो जाता है, लाइक व्हाट द फक जस्ट हैपेंड. एंड उसके बाद इट्स ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अ प्री रेक्विजिट that the film gives you that up to everything is going to be very very unexpected, so you don't know what's going to happen. और वही होता है पूरी पिक्चर में, लाइक क्या हो रहा था, प्लॉट पॉइंट कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहा था, I have no fucking clue.
Do you think he the Vinay Foda character kills the guy who slapped him?
Yeah.
What do you think happened? Did he kill him?
I think, yeah, I think so. I think overall, when I was thinking too much about the film, I was thinking that these guys, I mean, somewhere it was also like a social commentary between bad and good. Like when you go to, when you are in the in a situation where you want to turn bad and you are surrounded by bad guys, right? You are prone to do the bad thing and not be judgmental about it. But the moment it's something like if you're in jail and if you kill someone, everyone will not question it because, hey, you're in jail. You are surrounded by criminals. You're not the one to be pointed a finger at.
Right.
But
Right.
if you are outside and if you kind of hurt someone, then people are going to judge you. So they, both the cops who were very they were clean cops and they were in a place where now they were surrounded by all this rogues or crooks or whatever, so they also
Right.
got a free pass to become a crook. And that's the, I mean, that's what I thought. Yeah, मतलब मैं भी
नहीं,
ज्यादा ही
absolute-
सोच रहा था वो पिक्चर में.
नहीं सही है. I mean that's part of it, and something happens to him, right?
Yeah.
And then मतलब वो फिर that's a mystery whether he killed him or not. And the other mystery is like with another very interesting part of it was that healer lady के घर पे लेके जाते हैं, right? एकदम ऐसे voodoo style वो वाला है, और उसका घर का जो नक्शा है अंदर से भी it's like a maze. कहाँ से अंदर जा रहे हैं, कहाँ जा रहे हैं और क्या हो रहा है.
Correct.
बट उसके एंड में एक क्वेश्चन मार्क आता है, डिड ही मोलेस्ट द किड?
Oh yeah, that I didn't think about too much.
हाँ मतलब that is like a weird, मतलब another level, like मारा हो सकता है, but did he molest the child? Well, did he like go into that kind of a ये मतलब did he sink that deep?
Yeah.
And then he kind of came out and towards the end कि भाई नहीं, मैं बहुत गलत इसमें जा रहा हूँ. Of course he doesn't realize what he did or what he was doing.
Yeah.
And लेकिन it was like just too over the top.
अरे यार, end was like
literally too over the top. It was
मतलब it was so beautiful though. मतलब थिएटर में मजा आ जाता उसको देखने.
It was, but यार I don't know, it was a little, हाँ मतलब मेरे को ज़्यादा बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, थोड़ा हजम कम थोड़ा.
Of course, but जब तक मैं वो पार्ट तक पहुंचा तब तक anyway in my mind I was like अब तो जो भी दिखाओ it's not going to surprise me बाबा. So in this film, so in the end, but it was just so, thankfully it was so beautifully done. At least that was a saving grace. I think इसका cinematographer was, it was so beautiful. The film was shot so well. Great visuals. हाँ, मधु नीलकंठन.
मस्त किया है, बहुत ही सही.
मस्त किया है. So that was the only good thing about, I mean, the one of the few good things about this film, that the way it was shot. And
मतलब performances, the kind of atmosphere that is created, the way it is shot, all of that is cool. But वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, maybe the intention was to make you frustrated and think कि भाई आगे क्या हो रहा है, right? Going around.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was intentional in that way.
Yeah, but I also at such times I feel that, okay, if you want me to feel that way and you know it's going to go in circles, then shorten that frustration so that it doesn't like for instance अगर ये short film होती, मतलब एक 20 मिनट या 1 घंटे की पिक्चर होती है ना, 1 घंटे भी बहुत ज्यादा हो गया, 40 मिनट की पिक्चर होती, चलो आई एम सेइंग दैट फिर भी चल जाता. बट 2 घंटे की पिक्चर, इट स्ट्रेचेस अ लिटिल बिट your frustration a little bit more. And then when the director or when we make an assumption, not an assumption but a deduction, like because it was a labyrinth movie, so the screenplay is supposed to go in
true.
circles. Don't you get? But as an audience, you feel like, अरे dude, अगर वो concept था तो तू जल्दी कर
क्या है
देता.
वो लीजो का फिल्म है, इसके लिए I'm giving it a little more leeway.
Yeah. No. That I am with you fully. If I would have not seen all of his other films and not become a fan of his, then I would have dissed this film. But nahi, like I get it. He has the full right to make a film like this. मतलब उसको जो बनाना है बनाने दो.
So I mean, I would to recommend everyone to watch it. I'm sure, and like you should go into a rabbit hole of Lijo ka films, like Vivek did. Because it has got a lot of different films, different kinds of films, and everything is like a little. It'll give you a delight in some other way, right?
100%.
So yeah, Rip तो मैं भी देखूंगा अभी.
It's AIO, that AIO thing, that thing he was mentioning. It's matlab it's RIP only, but in Malayalam it's AIO, something like that.
Yes. Cool. So I think we've kind of covered most of the things. If you have kind of watched the film, anyone out there, then let us know what you felt about it in our comment section. And did you feel frustrated, or are you also a Lijo fan and you were like in for the ride? कुछ भी दिखा दो, कुछ भी कर दो भाई, मैं तो fan हूँ, वैसा टाइप का कुछ था क्या? बता दो.
And my next mission in life is to meet Lijo. So if you guys can make it happen, please make it happen.
Please make it happen. All right, guys. So if you've seen, let us know how you felt about the show, about the film, and do follow us here on different channels. And कोई और फिल्म देखना अगर देखा है, or you want us to watch it and talk about it, let us know and we'll call you for the show, right, Vivek?
Yes, be part of India's fastest growing movie podcast. I'm going to say this in every episode, Viru.
Yes.
Sorry,
No, that you should because it's the truth. All right, guys, follow us, like us, share us, give us stars on any channel, Spotify, Gaana, Sawan, जो भी है, सब पे दे दो यार. सब पे नहीं देना है तो एटलीस्ट Spotify पे तो दे ही दो.
Yes.
And let us know what you think about the show, because we want to hear from you. What else can we do? What films can we watch? What is the format? Any other format that you would want us to cover? Let us know.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.